Welcome back, my dear students, to another quick revision explainer for your exams. I know you're all working so hard, and I am here to make this chapter super simple and easy for you.
So in the next few minutes, we're going to quickly cover these 5 really important topics from your chapter. So let's just dive right into this. Get your notebooks ready, and let's begin this quick revision journey.
Okay, first things first. Let's really understand the problem we're trying to solve. I mean, why do we even need to talk about cleaning up? Well, it's because we humans, we create a lot of mess.
You know, we create a lot of waste every single day. But have you ever stopped to think about what happens to it after it leaves our homes? That water from our bathrooms, the kachra from our kitchens, where does it all just disappear?
Look at this number. That's the average amount of waste one person in India makes every single day. That's nearly a full kilogram. Now just imagine that for our entire country. All this waste, you see, from our homes, from big industries, even from farms, it all just adds up and pollutes our precious environment.
And this untreated wastewater, it's very dangerous, my dears. It can carry all sorts of harmful germs or pathogens that cause really serious diseases like typhoid, cholera, and dysentery. This is exactly why we can't just dump it into our rivers.
But don't you worry. Nature has given us some, unlikely heroes to clean up this mess. They are so tiny, but they are so powerful. Yes, these heroes are microorganisms. Things like bacteria, fungi, and algae. They're literally everywhere. In the soil, in the water, just everywhere. And you know what? They love to eat waste. Just think of them as a massive, invisible cleanup army that's working for us 24/7.
So here's the crucial point. When we use these tiny living things to fix a big environmental problem, like cleaning up pollution, it's called bioremediation. Now remember this definition for your exam, children. It's simple. Bio means living, and remediation means to fix a problem. Easy, right?
Now, this is a concept that often comes up in exams, BOD. Just think of BOD as the appetite of the microbes. If the water's very dirty with a lot of organic waste, well, the microbes have a huge appetite. That means they need a lot of oxygen to eat all that waste. So a high BOD means the water is highly polluted. All right, now let's see how these micro-heroes of ours clean our sewage in those big treatment plants. It's almost like a factory where microbes are the main workers.
So, this is what a whole plant looks like. I know, it seems very complicated with all those tanks and pipes, but please don't worry. We can simplify this entire big process into just 3 simple stages. Let's take a look.
So the process is broken down into these 3 main steps. First is primary, where we just physically remove the big floating stuff. Second is secondary. This is the most important one, the biological step, where our micro-heroes do all their magic. And finally, there's tertiary treatment, which is kind of like a final chemical polishing.
This secondary stage, what you see here, is really the heart of the whole treatment. We pumped lots and lots of air into the water. This wakes up our aerobic microbes. You know, the ones that need oxygen, and they get to work, happily eating up almost 90% of the organic waste. We call this the activated sludge process.
Okay, so we've talked about wastewater. Now, what about solid waste? Our everyday garbage, our kachra. How in the world do we manage that?
You see, solid waste comes from so many places, not just our homes. It comes from shops, hotels, factories, and farms too. So it's really important to know how to manage all this properly to keep our cities clean and healthy.
Now pay close attention here, my dears. This is a very important point for your exam. You absolutely must remember this color coding for hospital waste. Yellow is for things like soiled cotton and expired medicines. Red is for contaminated plastics like gloves and syringes. White is for sharp needles, and blue is for broken glass. This is so crucial for safety.
And this brilliantly illustrates composting. See this thermometer? When we put our organic waste like vegetable peels in a pile, microbes start decomposing it, and this process creates heat, so the temperature goes way up. This high temperature helps break everything down much faster, and it also kills all the bad germs. The final product? It's nutrient-rich compost, which is like black gold for our plants.
And finally, let's look at how bioremediation tackles the absolute toughest messes, like those dangerous chemical and oil spills you see in the ocean. And we will see how Indian scientists have made us so proud here.
We must feel so proud of the work of Indian scientist Ananda Chakrabarty, a Padma Shri awardee. He was a true genius. He took a normal bacterium called Pseudomonas and genetically engineered it to create a superbug that could actually eat oil. Can you believe that?
So how did he do it? Well, think of it like this. He found 4 different bacteria, and each one could eat a different part of the oil. He then cleverly took the recipe, the special genes from each of these 4 bacteria, and combined them all into one new superbug. So now this single microbe had the recipe to eat the entire oil spill. It made the cleanup so much more efficient. What an incredible idea!
Now, this idea led to a fantastic Indian innovation called Oilzapper. It was developed by Terry, that's the Energy and Resources Institute, right here in India. It's not a single superbug, but it's a mixture, a sort of cocktail of 5 different bacteria that all work together as a team to eat up all the different parts of oil pollution.
And just remember this, my dears. We can do this bioremediation in 2 ways. In-situ means we treat the pollution right there, on-site. Ex-situ means we dig up the polluted soil or water and take it somewhere else to treat it. Both have their uses, it just depends on the situation.
So what you should really take away from all this is the incredible power of nature to heal itself, with a little help from us. These tiny microbes are truly nature's super cleaners. Now I want you to think about it. What is one small thing you can do to help them out and reduce your own waste? All the very best with your exams. You are all going to do wonderfully.